Hi guys, it's time to start your WOW project. That stands for Wonderful Original Work of Art. And your choice as you move through the process is going to be to work in any of the open studios posted here today. That is a decision you don't have to make right away, but as you start doing your research, you might be drawn to particular material depending on the themes and the ideas that you're interested in. Anyways, your WOW packet has been put together. You have an example on the front and an artist statement on the back explaining how Mackenzie made a piece that responds to the question, how can we as artists improve our community? There are lots of different ways to answer that question. How can we as artists improve our community? Well, what does community mean to you? So you're brainstorming today and tomorrow about what that means to you. If it is something as local as the school community or family or a team, or if it means Holliston, or perhaps a global message is something that you connect more with. I'm asking you to respond to this question with your project, and this brings up the idea of what is the purpose of art? Is it okay for art to serve the purpose of being beautiful? Is that valuable? Or some people feel like art has to send and express more of a message. It's up to you. I think both are valid points. When it says AB in the packet, that stands for artistic behavior. So at the end, as you're writing reflection, you'll be able to look back and write about the process and use that term. So make connections and doing research. I have included in the daily journal here for you links. If you're interested in global work, the Sustainable Development Goals, this should be a review for you. There's a little refresher right here about what those are, and that'll get you going. Then, as you begin in your research, I want you to watch this quick video about how to think like an artist. And some of the characteristics of artistic thinking are that artists research and brainstorm and collaborate. They get feedback from their peers. We've been working on feedback already. Then I'm going to link Art 21 excerpts here. Art 21 is a public program that shows a lot of artists working and talking about their work, and it's just hard to pick. So try to choose 3 Art 21 excerpts to watch, and that can be part of your research. I will link them right in here. Scholastic Art magazines, try to look at least one magazine. The magazines are on the back table. Each magazine includes a lot of different work. Maybe it's the cover that catches your eye, or maybe you just flip through and you find something that you can cite in your packet. I'm asking you to have at least 3 sources listed. So maybe it's one Art 21, one magazine, and something that you found that caught your eye on the Pinterest boards. Please start with the art history board, and you can always go back to that as a source. It can be overwhelming. They're set up different boards for each studio center. But if you start with art history, that is the best place to start when you're beginning your research, to see what other artists have done. And I like that resource better than some books because I've included a lot of different artists and a lot of contemporary artists. The process of a WOW, just to review, is that it is original. So you cannot make a piece for this project that is a copy of something else. You have to change it enough that it's your own. And that's also why I'm asking you to cite your research, because you have to think about ways that you can change it enough to make it your own. And when in doubt, ask me for help, because if there's something that you find that you really like on a Pinterest board, you can't just copy it and call it your own. You have to cite your sources and try and express that idea, maybe using a different art material, or find a way to modify. It's personal. So again, brainstorming and thinking about, what does community mean to you? What could you really wrap your head around in a project that you could sink your teeth into for the rest of the semester? We're going to spend 10 weeks total on this, or 10 class periods rather, and only 3 of those are actually going to be making your project. So in terms of making, the next thing is that it took more than 3 class periods to create. The whole thing's taking 10. The creating, once you have it all planned out, is going to go pretty quickly because you'll be ready to go. Received and given kind and specific feedback. Feedback won't be very helpful unless it's specific. And we're going to do that as a class all together, but I really want you guys to think you don't have to work independently for this. You could group together depending on your interests. Maybe people have similar global interests, or something that you think you could do for Rams, or something you could do for Holliston. And it should be carefully crafted. No areas of distraction. Photographed, uploaded to Artsonia, and an artist statement. Your written reflection is your artist statement. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to do.